I've already lived here a long time, but why doesn't it feel like home? I made my house, I made my garden, paths. I have animals, I have pets. I have a farm and a farmhouse. But something feels off. I have everything I need in here, but it still doesn't feel like a home. I feel like something is calling me. I feel like the house is calling me, and I don't know what to do about it. What if my home is somewhere else? Why does this house feel like it's calling my name? It feels off. Something feels off. Should I just do it? Should I jump into the unknown? Like the house is telling me to. Where have I ended up in? And how did I get here? Was it through the burnt house? All I need to do now is just survive and find my place and my calling in this new world. I need to go to the unknown and survive. This is the start of the new journey. A long journey, hopefully. Hi, my name is Unicorn, and this is my new story. I felt like the previous world that I was building, it didn't feel like mine. So I wanted a new opportunity to kind of make a world mine. This time a little bit less modded and a little bit less boring, I hope. Amazing scenery in this land brought a lot of inspiration in me. And what's behind that village, this place, sparked the most inspiration out of everything. Even though there is a lot of places that I really want to build, something spoke to me in this land. And now I want to tell its story. And for once, I did not need to find inspiration. The inspiration found the builder. Oh, come on, sheep. I was trying to set the mood here. So when the sun started to set, the lone unicorn went to bed in this amazing land that she now calls a home. She needed the rest because for the next few days she had a lot of materials to gather. A lot of mining to do and a lot of exploring to do for the materials she so much wanted to acquire for her own home, her home in this beautiful land. No cave would stop her, no lake or no river would stop her. She was going to mine and gather so that she could survive, but mostly so that she could build. The blocks were gathered, the rocks were mined, and the plan was in place. So now the only thing left to do was to build. And it took her a long time. Can you guess how long it took her to build this house? You can leave it down in the comments down below. But the dream Victorian house she so much yearned for in the previous world was on its way. All the black on the walls and the red in the details. She was so excited to get it done. For days she built and built with the stone as old as the land itself and the wood as red as ketchup. The first layers rise slowly and deliberately, and the home started to remember its roots. In the Victorian ages, the front of the house was the most important. First impressions were always the most important thing in your life. And that's why an elaborate porch, elaborate window designs were the main focus of this build. I don't think that's supposed to be there, my friend. Also, you should pick up the block that's floating. It's really infuriating me. Is all of this banging also necessary? But in between building, Unicorn was out of materials, so she needed to take time to gather some more wood. A lot of wood. Too much mangrove wood. She needed to remove the bark so she could make more shelves that she was really obsessed with. I think the obsession was really getting out of hand with the shelves. And then Unicorn got back to building. The front of the house really started to take shape. The creative designs were looking elaborate and really beautiful. And let's not forget the time spent on calling Unicorn's dear ghastly friend over, who didn't see her snowball treat around the corner. Sometimes it might take days for her to come back to its own. But the building continued and continued for days. At some point, Unicorn was quite fed up with the building, so she decided to get her horse friend and take a stroll on this vast, beautiful land. It might be a pretty bright outside, so I hope she remembered her sunscreen and sunglasses. It is a good thing to take a break sometimes, but I think that she is planning on a new building here, perhaps. I'm pretty pretty sure she is planning a new building here. And once she was back, there was an unwanted visitor at her unfinished front porch. A mean green creature lurking inside the house's shadows, waiting to torment her and her land. I hope she cleaned out the mess afterwards. And finally, it was time for the roof. In search of copper, a lot of copper mined, she decided to destroy the trial chamber. Somebody else's structure perhaps, filled with monsters, but the roof material was too tempting to leave behind. The legend says that she's still waiting her roof tiles to oxidize, even to this day. Detailing is where Unicorn's mind is at peace. Birds are chirping inside her head, and she's the most concentrated. She's not afraid to try new things. Even down to the tiniest details, Unicorn is meticulous at placing every single block one by hand. The dark hardwood floors start to form. This was the process that she was afraid the most, because in her words, there's just simply too many blocks to choose from. But the kitchen floor was the one that she was the most excited about, and it's the most prettiest. The tough wood paneling on the wall started to form. The luxurious, fashionable, and safe and durable copper arsenite shield screen wallpaper started to emerge. Somebody in the future might question Unicorn's choices of wallpaper materials, but I have to admit that it's pretty. As the details in the parlor started to emerge, Unicorn knew that she was close to getting the home done. And it felt more like home. I hope she stays more inside now and doesn't live outside. The kitchen, different in color than the parlor, which might be a better, safer design choice, is coming along nicely. And now that the house is almost complete, all that is left for this poor Unicorn to do is move her stuff inside. A job that I know most of us despise the most. And this poor Unicorn's biggest weakness is not being organized at all. And apparently this Enderman doesn't know what a guest room is. That took a really long time to build. Did you guess how long it took me to build this entire house that we're about to go and see in more detail? It took me 6 days. It took me 6 whole days to build this house and gather the materials for it. And can you believe it? It is still not done. I know. It took a really long time, but I am really happy for it. So this is kind of the storage area. I'm kind of thinking that I kind of still want to move it again, but it's starting to accumulate so much stuff in here already. This part is still not done. I need to do like a gas landing area because I mean the view is spectacular. I don't want to just put a roof on it and forget about it, right? I'm still missing some roof details, but I need to figure out the block palette for those. So I thought that this house was going to be bigger. It actually isn't. So the reason for it to be quite small on the interior, even though the walls are like huge, is that I love to stack my walls. Whatever I have going on the exterior, I don't want it on the inside. So the corridor on the upstairs, oh, and I still haven't decided the window design or like color yet. But anyways, I love these shelves. Like I think for like vanilla Minecraft, this is the best thing that they have ever added. From a builder standpoint, at least, this is the best thing they've ever added. Like, look at it as a trim, like a floor or like a paneling trim. These rooms are still empty. I mean, come on. I just moved in. I literally just moved in. So, and then here's my bedroom. Again, empty, but it's red. I love dark oak with mangrove so much. Oh my god. Like, look. Even the roof beams are not done. So, the staircase... I usually like 2 wide staircases, but there might be a secret down there. So, that's the reason why. And the entrance, I still need to figure out, do I want to have like this paneling in here? I'm really not sure. I need to kind of think about it more. But here's the kitchen. That's the reason there's not that much details on the walls is because I need to put a kitchen in here and some decorations and everything like that. But I think it looks lovely. Lovely little pink kitchen. As in, realistically, in Victorian houses, that would have probably been the case. The arch looks lovely, and the chiseled oxidized copper fits so well in here. I was trying to emulate like Shield's green wallpaper, and I think it looks okay for that. I really like it, and the details. You can probably guess what my favorite block to detail with is. I'm so sorry, trapdoors, you're great, but that is just spectacular. The floor is... Oh, this is my favorite floor ever. I want to use this everywhere. But a little cozy living room that's again empty, but don't forget I just moved in. I still am thinking that should I just open this up? I was going to have like a tiny library reading nook in here, but it kind of would make sense to open that. I don't know yet. And obviously there's a little cozy fireplace down here. Obviously one of the only things that warm up the Victorian house. I have fire tick off just because I don't want all of my hard work burning with the campfire. That may or may not have happened before. And then if we go outside, the porch is... I need more of these lights. I need to remember to make those. So let's... I kind of... Ooh. I don't want you with my tour, please. Can you just move on? Thank you, sir. No! Catastrophe incoming. Oh no, why is there so many creepers here? Did you trample my crops? No, not again. Okay. Stay there. Stay right there. Okay? It looked like he just shook his head at me. The roof is lovely. I'm just still waiting for it to oxidize. I love the details. It is kind of a small Victorian house, but because of the shape of it, I can always extend it more, which I may do in the future if I need it, if I want it. Or I'm not the most wealthiest person on the top of this hill. No, don't you dare go inside. That is really rude. I'm really mad. Anyways, now all that I have left to do is the garden. Or the front garden. And then we can move on. Building more houses. And more lore. You should be ashamed of yourself. Right? Distractions. So everything is detailed unless I'm forgetting something. Nether portal looks so lonely down there. And the piggies really love it. Don't know why. Let's take a look in the free cam to see my house in its full glory already. That's the best slaughterhouse I've ever built in Minecraft. And look, it's... I'm missing blocks. I totally forgot those stairs in there, but oh well. It is even detailed at the back, except with the back porch. I still need to do like a balcony up there. But you know, Victorian houses usually are focused on the facade of the house, like the back has never been that important to Victorians, so it's kind of lore accurate. I really hope you enjoyed my first episode of my new series. This will be a little bit different series than what I usually have done. I really hope you enjoyed more of a cinematic and build focused episode rather than all of the boring stuff that I usually leave in there. So, I really hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And on the next episode we might find out a little secret that the mountain holds for us dear posh Victorians. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!